Hello everybody, my name is LonelyWolfJ, and don't be alarmed, this is just a microphone. So, today I'm gonna talk with you about my work with Pepakura and how I met Pepakura. So, I am a prop and costume maker. What does prop even mean? Prop is shortened for property, and by Wikipedia that means an object used on stage or on screen by actors during the performance on screen production. So the word prop is from the movie. Props are actually items which are used in scene. So for example, if actor is using a knife, this knife is technically prop. You can do props with different materials, from wood, stone, even metal, or like myself, from paper or foam. So my story started about 2 years ago. I was working on Iron Helmet from Skyrim in that time, and I've worked with paper mache. After I've built Iron Helmet, I've checked on net for some reference pictures, and I found a lot of people posting like amazing photos of their helmets, and I looked up on pictures and I discovered Pepakura. And since then everything went crazy. I've been using a lot of paper models and working on a lot of paper models just for fun, and then hardened them with paper mache, which was a really big mistake. And I've finished actually with the whole filler for wood. So it was acrylic based, and that was my another mistake, because it's a rubbish thing to use. But it's cheap, and because it was cheap I thought that is more useful. But it's really soft because, as I said, it's acrylic based. Now I know that, and I know that it was a bad idea. We are learning, right? And now let's go to Pepakura. So Pepakura is a really useful tool for any prop or costume maker or cosplayer, because Pepakura are two different programs. One is used for only viewing file, and the second one is for scaling and rearranging files. And even for making files, and it's really easy program for use. So about files, there is a ton of files on the internet. You just need to simply write in the search bar of Google, like for example Skyrim Iron Helmet, and then add Pepakura, and voila, there is actually a ton of files which you can find there. I'll put a link in the description below to the Facebook library, in which you can find a lot of useful tips for prop making and costume making, and a lot of different files too. So you should definitely check that out. But be aware, before actually asking for files, check the file section, because people there don't really like when they accept your request that you ask them for files if you have them in the file section. So first check the file sections and check the pinned post. Okay, what's next? There are two kinds of actual files, and they are known by techniques, so for paper and for foam. And it actually depends what you'll be working on, depends on what is gonna be easier for you. So now let's talk money. Paper may sound as easy and cheap way, but remember that you need a lot of other stuff besides paper. For hardening paper, you will need a resin. You can use either polyester resin or epoxy resin. I've used both of them. Biggest difference and most obvious is smell. With polyester resin, you'll need to have a respirator constantly on, because it smells toxic and can damage your lungs while you breathe. But it cures fairly quickly, 1 to 2 hours. You are ready to go, basically. Maybe even faster if you use a heat gun, or if you are on a hot region of the world. But epoxy is a bit different. It does not smell at all, but it needs around 10 to 20 hours to cure. there is a lot of cost difference too. While polyester here costs $8 plus $2 for hardener, epoxy costs $30. And then, besides that, you'll need a car body filler for smoothing, which will cost you around $10 per kilogram. And of course, respirator, $30 to $40. Sandpaper for sanding, and then you're finally done. But then comes your little brother and throws your master on the floor, and countless hours of work and so much money you've spent on that thing just like went away with a broken master.
I'm gonna kill you.
And for that, there's a solution before catastrophe happens. You can make a mold and cast the whole thing in polyurethane. And for that, you'll also need $50 to $60. So if we look on the other side, there is a foam. Sheet of foam, 2 per 1 meter, 5 millimeter thickness will cost around $30. For the whole body armor, for Trooper for example, I've used 2 sheets and well, actually 1.5. Next, you'll need a PVA glue or Mod Podge, and that will seal and protect your foam. And that will cost you around $16, and then color, and actually that's it. It's faster and cheaper. But sure, you'll need, and also yes, you'll need a hot air gun, and that's around 20 bucks. So you can actually bend the foam. Downside is details. Much faster you'll achieve some details with body filler than with foam, but there are also ways to make a masterpiece out of foam. But be careful, foam can melt, so don't leave your costume out on the sun or in the hot car. So now let's talk about Pepakura. Once you have your files, you can download Pepakura Viewer. Follow link in the description, and then when you installed you open your files and start with your work. If you have a printer, just print your files on paper. Since I don't have really a good printer, I need to use soft paper, or actually ordinary office paper, and then I glue that paper onto the PVA with the PVA on the harder sheet of paper. Pro tip! Once you have all printed, you should identify and write page number on all of pieces. Then glue them on a harder paper and cut them. You can either cut them all out, but mass is possible to happen, or you can cut piece by piece. For example, you choose 5 to 10 pieces and then cut them and glue them together. And do that until you finish. Another pro tip: before cutting, use some sort of sharp but blunt object, like not totally sharp, and then go through the lines so you'll have an easier job folding your pieces and gluing parts together. Okay, in program you can check for button on top for HID. So turn that on. This will also help you later when you glue pieces together. So Pepakura is made out of 2 sides. On the left side you can see original 3D model and all the pieces. By clicking on the left side, you'll see where you can find different parts on your files. So on the left side is a 3D model, and on the right side are different pieces. And actually that's it. Also, what I should point out is the actual lines. There are 2 different lines. Ones are valleys and ones are mountains, I think. Yes, and here are they. And mountains are actually folded like this, while valleys are like this. Simple and easy. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this short video. Well, it was not really short, it was more than 10 minutes, but well, I hope it was helpful. And you just need to wait for another video, and in another video I'm gonna show you how you actually work with files, or actually how you do the actual object. I'm gonna kind of lead you through the whole process. So wait for that. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this was helpful for you. And I'll see you in the next video.